Hey everyone, in today's video I'll be working on a couple of prompts from the brand new sketchbook by the Cassie project, the Art Growth Sketchbook. This is actually Cassie's second prompt book. I previously did a video using her Christmas Advent prompt sketchbook. Cassie is a super creative art YouTuber who loves fun prompt projects, and this sketchbook is all about sparking creativity. Since Cassie is in the UK, this book has a spring theme with a few Easter related prompts. If you're interested in picking up a copy, you can find it on Amazon or Cassie's website. Links will be in the description. I won't be doing a full flip through because I want to keep the prompts a surprise for anyone that buys the book. I'll be completing 2 prompts today and then giving one of them a Cassie style twist later in the video. So let's jump in. The first prompt I chose is Keep It Monochrome, and as soon as I saw it I had an idea. However, I'll admit I totally skipped over the instructions that said to fill the page with things of the chosen colour. Instead, I rolled the dice, or well, rather Google rolled it for me, and I got a 6, which meant my colour was pink. For my idea, I wanted to create a creepy doll portrait. I just thought that would be a fun subject and that it could work well with different colours. Green and blue would have been great, but pink could be extra interesting. One thing I love about books like this is that you don't need to come up with a ton of ideas already. Sometimes you want to create, but you're totally at a blank of what to draw. That was me today. After a big summer project, I felt a little creatively burnt out and I hadn't come up with my next big idea yet. But this book really helped. It got me started and the ideas started flowing. I did struggle a bit with the hair. I haven't mastered braids yet, and honestly, I wasn't in the mood to look up tutorials. I just wanted to draw and have some fun with it. I gave the doll big eyes, some scars, and added a balloon in one hand and a lollipop in the other to contrast the creepiness with a touch of innocence. And I think pink, being such a cheerful colour, actually makes it more unsettling in a really cool way. The second prompt I chose is That Is Too Cute. Design a cute baby animal or character. I immediately knew what I wanted to draw, a baby elephant, because let's be real, baby elephants are adorable. Instead of traditional greys and browns, I went with pinks and blues to make it even more baby-like. I sketched in big eyes, and while I originally wanted to do big ears, I found that the smaller ears actually made the elephant look cuter and more youthful. I kept my colouring simple for both prompts, using my Ohuhu markers for the base and my Prismacolor pencils for details and shading. I did struggle with the eye highlights. My white Posca pen was being watery as usual, my gel pen didn't work, and even white ink was letting me down. But that's okay, he still turned out adorable. To make him pop, I used an orange background for contrast against the blue. Cassie was kind enough to give me this book, and I wanted to repay her generosity by picking up a few things from her store. She has lots of prints and stickers featuring the artwork she creates in her videos, so I grabbed a couple of her prints, a few of her adorable stickers, and since it's autumn here in Australia, I couldn't resist the autumn themed notebook. Now it's time to Cassify my project. If you watch Cassie's videos, you'll know she often takes prompts and makes them 3D, usually with clay. So to honour Cassie and do something outside my own comfort zone, I decided to turn my little elephant into a clay sculpture. Now remember what I said earlier about reading the prompt instructions? Well, I also didn't read anything about air dry clay, and it showed under my studio lights. The clay was drying way too fast, making it way harder to work with than it should have been. I did have some supplies meant for polymer clay, but they weren't much help here. It wasn't until I was done that I learned, thanks to Di, the Aussie crafter, that I should have kept a pot of water nearby. Oops! Even though the clay dried too quick and it cracked a bit, I still think my elephant turned out pretty cute. Time for airbrushing. Now, I've never had any success with my airbrush. When I tried using it last year, I could not get things to work well, and things have not changed. On the first day, barely any paint came out and I got the colour completely wrong. On the second day, I got the colour right, but I also had bubbles. Turns out there was way too much air in the brush, but hey, I made it work, and that is what matters. After the airbrushing, I painted on the details, adding in the pinks and giving my elephant some personality. And here he is. Isn't he cute? Despite my complete lack of experience with dry clay, I think he turned out pretty well, and I definitely learned some lessons for next time. I still prefer polymer clay since I can control it better, but I do not love having to bake it a dozen times between stages. So that is it for today. We completed 2 prompts from the Art Growth Sketchbook. First, the creepy pink doll, and then we created a cute baby pink elephant. Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to check out Cassie's website if you'd like to pick up her book and some of her other products. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!